guess what we're talking about today? Alrighty, hello and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, my name is Taechichu and I don't know what I'm doing, I will never know what I'm doing, and that's what I'm using as an intro. Hello. Today we are going to talk about Pokemon Sleep. And I waited a little while before doing this video because I wanted to get my full... I like to give games the benefit of the doubt. It's been a little bit over a week now. They've performed some maintenance. I would have had the video out a little earlier, but they were doing that maintenance and I wanted to see if I'd get a shiny, and of course I didn't, but I did get a sleeping Jigglypuff, which is great. And I also got an Igglybuff as well. Not as in my team, but I encountered one. I've also encountered a Cyndaquil. Anyway, I'm gonna talk about that. I'm gonna talk about my team. And yeah, let's just talk and have a great time. Okay, so first of all, Pokemon Sleep. We waited in anticipation for years for this game to come out. Everyone was waiting. We didn't know what to expect. And then all of a sudden, we just knew it was coming out. We didn't even really super duper know what to expect other than it tracks your sleep in, you see Pokemon. So virtually, probably one of the hardest Pokemon games to play because what are we supposed to do? How are we supposed to get these Pokemon? How are we supposed to grind for shinies? Unlike Pokemon Go, where you actually they have like the community days and all that. We just kind of went into this blind, you know what I mean? And nobody really knew what to expect. And I personally have really been enjoying the game. I love the fact that it kind of helps you get on like a sleep and eating schedule. It lets you know like, hey, time to get ready for bed. It says, hey, bedtime. And I think that that's great. And I think it's really good for people who have ADHD and they're so caught up, like me, who get so caught up in things, and they just, sometimes we really need that reminder of, hey, time to settle down, it's almost time for bed. And also, when you get to feed your Snorlax, because in the game you get to feed your Snorlax 3 meals a day, depending on what it likes. Some like curry, some like salad, you never know. But it also lets you know, like in these increments, like, hey, 6 a.m. to 12, that's breakfast, that's when you can feed your Snorlax breakfast. Then 12 to 6, that's lunchtime for Snorlax. Then 6 to whenever, that's dinner for Snorlax. And I think that that's really cool because I think it kind of puts a little reminder in the back of our heads of, oh, my Snorlax is eating, so I should be eating. I know that I sometimes do a very poor job at nourishing myself during the day, and sometimes, like I said, I get caught up in things, and I think that happens to virtually everyone, of being so busy in the day and then you just forget, oh, I gotta eat. So then you look at your Snorlax. I've been feeding my Snorlax more than I've been feeding myself, I gotta be honest, and I know a lot of people out there are saying the same exact thing. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I really like the fact that it helps you getting a Snorlax on an eating and sleeping schedule, and I think that helps us as people, and I think that's really smart for Pokemon to do that, to kind of have a positive impact on people's lives. I know that a lot of people have been saying their sleep schedules have been getting a lot better due to it, and I think that's great. My sleep schedule is about the same. Sometimes I get a lot of sleep, sometimes I don't. So basically, I know I've been talking about it. The game basically tracks your sleep, and you get to encounter Pokemon depending on your sleep type that you were sleeping that night. Sometimes it's better, sometimes it's a little less. I know for the first couple days I was getting dozing type, and I encountered, I have my Pikachu. His name's Bonbon. Love Bonbon. And then because I had dozing type the first couple days, I did encounter a Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur's name is Lil Squee. I still have him on my team. So that's good. And I was getting dozing types for a few nights, and I was encountering kind of like the same Pokemon, and I was like, man, when am I gonna get a new Pokemon? Like, I shouldn't be encountering the same Pokemon every night. But then I did, once they did some maintenance and everything, I did start seeing more Pokemon, and I did start getting different types, such as Slumbering, Snoozing, lots of different types, which I think is really cool and really insightful for people. Even like kids, if kids have Pokemon Sleep, I think it's really good for them to get on a sleep schedule, and sometimes it could be tougher even in high school, middle school. I mean, adults, we do, but like, I think it's good for kids as well. And I know I'm just going off on like a million different things. It's fine, this is how it goes here. But yeah, but then I started encountering more different Pokemon. On my team, I have Bonbon, Lil Squee, I also have my Mankey, whose name is Angie, and I find that really cute. I also have Psyduck, whose name is Duckin. And then I finally recently got a Totodile, whose name is Shototo. Shoto is in like Shoto Todoroki from My Hero Academia, and then I like Totodile, so Shototo. That is my Totodile's name, and that's my team right now. I have encountered a few Pokemon that I haven't been able to catch, which is Cyndaquil. I believe I did get Jigglypuff. I wasn't able to get Igglybuff. No, I don't think I got Jigglypuff yet. But that's one of the things I want to discuss about the game, is that to friend Pokemon and have them be on your team or be helpers, you have to have Pokebiscuits, and you basically have to use the in-game currency to pay for Pokebiscuits. You can get a regular Pokebiscuit, or you can get a Master Ball Pokebiscuit. The Master Ball one, if you feed it to once, it gets max friendship, and basically that Pokemon is now your friend. With the Pokeball, sometimes it takes more than one, and you can only feed Pokemon, attempt to befriend it like 3 times with the Pokebiscuit, and even then, sometimes it doesn't even work. For that's kind of where I'm like, oh. And I know you get incense. You technically in the game you can get incense, which you can get a love incense, which basically I don't know if you get to choose which Pokemon you can get max friendship with, or what. There are different incenses that do different things in the game. There's a lucky, there's the love, and then there's a recovery one. I don't really understand what the recovery one does, but. And then I know you're wondering, what do your team do? Your team basically gathers ingredients for the Snorlax's meal, and berries for it to eat to be able to power up, which I think is really cool. I know that ever since Pokemon Sleep got into my life, I've definitely been trying to make sure that I have the most. I want to get S tier every time for every Snorlax. I didn't realize that every week you basically get a new Snorlax, and you get to like feed a new Snorlax, and the more drowsy power you get, the better for you, I guess. Like, the more you get to power up your Snorlax, which I think is great. The only thing I have is with the Pokebiscuits of, like, you don't get enough currency if you don't sleep enough. Which I guess that's the point of the game, but you understand. I want to friend all the Pokemon, and I also want more than 5 friends on my Pokemon team, because I know next I'm going to have to get rid of Psyduck. I don't want to get rid of Mankey. I don't want to get rid of Totodile. I do want Cyndaquil and Jigglypuff, though. There's also only a handful of Pokemon in the game that you can get so far. I know they're probably going to add more in the future, which that is very exciting. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. What do you guys think of... I'm sorry, this eye is killing me. What do you guys think of Pokemon Sleep so far? I'm really enjoying it. I think that the more that they do in the game, the more interesting it's just going to get for us players. I think that this is essentially like the best outcome of what we could have gotten when it was first announced a couple years ago. You can always get a Pokemon Go Advanced or like the Pokemon device that's on the Pokemon Center website. It's like $50, $54, or maybe it's $60. I don't know. It'll be up here. But it's basically so you don't have to have your phone on at night, because you have to have your phone on and face down plugged in, which is a safety hazard. I would like to say. A lot of people have been saying that, and I wholeheartedly agree. I think that could be a better way to do this. Because I don't want my bed to catch on fire, but I'm taking the risk for my Snorlax. Thank you. And what else was there? Oh yeah, because I don't know if they fixed this bug or what, but my phone, because I have an iPhone, I have it on the constant, like, if my phone is plugged in and it's at night and I'm not using it, it'll perform an update on my phone automatically, instead of me having to, like, go out of my way and do the update myself. You can't do that. At least I couldn't do it with Pokemon Sleep, because my phone's open, so it's not off, so it can't technically update. And I think that that's kind of like an iffy issue. I don't know. My phone doesn't get too warm at night, so it's not really a problem for me. I just have to find time out of my day to update my phone where I can't use my phone. But, you know, who knows? That's really it. I do like the game. I don't like that you can't, always friend a Pokemon, and like, I do love the game. I enjoy it. I play it every freaking day. I wake up, I feed my Snorlax, and then I get out of bed. Like, I think it's great, and I think that Pokemon could implement this into, like, if they could make a workout app, I'd be working out a lot more frequently. But yeah, I really enjoy it. I love the thought behind it. I like that they keep making updates and everything, and I think that it's just going to get better from here. And so, I really like it. What are your teams looking like in Pokemon Sleep? What are your pros and cons when it comes to Pokemon Sleep? I have more pros than cons because I really enjoy it, and I take time out of my day to feed my Snorlax, power it up, and do all that jazz. Haven't encountered a shiny yet, have you guys? Because I want to encounter a shiny. But yeah, like I said, this is probably one of the hardest Pokemon games because it's kind of all luck and random when you're sleeping, and all depends on how you're sleeping and how are you sleeping. You don't know. You can't really control it. At least I can't. Maybe you can. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, that's it for today's video. Let me know what you guys think down below about Pokemon Sleep. Let me know your teams. Let me know all that jazz. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye. Boop.